Alright, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV for the Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. 410 cubic inches, 900 odd horsepower in these beasts. Race number 2. This time we are under the bright lights. And we get set for qualifying here. We got the 93 of Chris Roberts on track. The 73 of Alan Samel. 22 of Jason Nygaard and the 005 of Brandon Steele. First official lap time will be Chris Roberts in car 93. Quick time with a 12.636. Alan Samel, 12.804. Third quick, Jason Nygaard. Quick time in the number 22. A 12.606. Brandon Steele jumps to position 3, and Chris Roberts back up to P1 with a 12.550. What a start for qualifying. And let me tell you, it's only gonna get better. So rolling out in that number 21 machine, it's going to be Tyler Henselman. Right in behind him, rolling out of the pit gate in car number 29, it's going to be Taylor Howe. And that FEP, Casey's General Store, car number 29. In car number 64, it's going to be Drew Neal. And in the 057, it's going to be the Aussie of Craig Dunn. Tyler Henselman gets on the gas, as does the rest of the drivers. The green flag is out for qualifying here for race number 2, the Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. First lap time for Tyler Henselman is 5th quick with a 13.031. Taylor Howe with a 6th quick with a 12.922. Drew Neal with a 12.768. As Tyler Henselman 7th quick, Taylor Howe 6th, and Drew Neal 5th. Craig Dunn, no time taken. Not sure what happened to the 057. But your quick time man at the moment in car number 93, Chris Roberts. And look at this, he's changed up his livery. He's gone from the blue, he's gone to the black and white and Mopar entry. Car number 97 of Matthew Henninger. In car number 39, it's going to be Jimmy Prakash. In the 44, it is Ryan Pace. And that looks like the 84, the UWU Motorsports entry of Chris Brenner. So once again, some more fast drivers. Keep an eye on the 84 of Chris Brenner. So Ryan Pace upstairs. Henninger 13.076. Pace, position 5, 12.717. Brenner, 11th quick. Wow, he goes quick time with a 12.531. A 12.531 for Chris Brenner. Does he improve on that one? No. 12.531. Jimmy Prakash, 13.007. 10th quick, Matthew Henninger. Bump back to position number 11. And Ryan Pace, position number 6 with a 12.717. With a couple of cars to roll out onto the racetrack. So we're going to have another 9 cars come out and qualify. In car number 10, it's going to be Corey Cosboth. In car number 2, it's going to be Kyle Tesma. And in the 127, Stephen Hill. Can Stephen Hill, can he put that 127 towards the front of the pack? Second quick with a 12.531. A 12.531. Corey Cosmo, 13th quick, and Gail Tesma, 14th quick. But how about that? You can see on top of the charts, Chris Brenner, Stephen Hill, both with a 12.531. So tied for the front row. Another one of these UWU Motorsports team cars. In car number 5, it's going to be Brad Spidel. In car number 53, it'll be Tom Progash. And in the 222, Big Slick Western New in that Cat diesel power painted up livery. So we've still got another group after this one. So we try and keep an eye on these 3 drivers at the moment. Tom Prakash, first lap. Waiting for the ticket to update. Looks like it's going to be 16th quick. Brad Spartle, 13th quick. And Western Newell, top 5, 12.644. 12.644. Can he go quicker on the second lap? It doesn't look like it, so he'll stay position number 5. Prakash in 15th. And the 5 of Brad Spinal jumps to position number 10 with a 12.749. And this should send our last group of qualifiers onto the racetrack. In the Snap-on Tools car number 8, it's Joshua Secor. Race number 1 winner. Won it on the high side in the Jurassic Park. I believe that's a CNC Designs car. It might not be actually. Not too sure, but it is the 090 of Trevor Royer. I thought we were scheduled to have Anthony Lepresto, but yeah, not out in this one. Trevor Royer, first lap time, 11th quick. Nearly with a 13 flat, almost 12.998 it should be. Joshua Secor, 19th quick. Trevor Royer jumps up to position number 9 with a 12.717. And look at that. Here we go, the final 2 cars to come out in qualifying. It's going to be the 57 of Anthony Lepresto. And in the 057, it's going to be Craig Dunn. So race number 1 winner Trevor Royer starts position at number 9. We'll go through the grid here in just a moment. What can these 2 drivers do here? They may only get 1 lap. The 57 of Anthony Lepresto gets the green flag, as well as Craig Dunn for race number 2, the Dirty Old Bastard World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. Lepresto off turn number 4. 17th quick. Craig Dunn, 12th quick. And that will set our top 21 starters, I think I've seen. Just slightly over 8.5 tenths between position number 1 and position number 21. So Chris Brenner goes quick time tonight in car number 84. Stephen Hill second quick. Chris Roberts third. Jason Nygaard, a very impressive performance here by the 22 to go fourth quick. Western Newell rounds out your top 5. We go back to Brandon Steele, Alan Smell, Ryan Pace, Trevor Royer, and Drew Neal as we get set for tonight's starting grid. So starting on the pole, it'll be Chris Brenner in car number 84. Alongside him, it's going to be the 127 of Stephen Hill. Row 2 on the inside, the 93 of Chris Roberts. Lining up alongside the 22 of Jason Nygaard. Row 3 will be the 222 of Western Hill, lining up alongside the 005 of Brandon Steele. Alan Smell starts out of position 7 in car number 73. Alongside him, it's going to be Ryan Pace in car number 44 out of position number 8. Trevor Royer inside row number 5 alongside the 64 of Drew Neal. They go back to Brad Spartle and Craig Dunn, row number 6. Row 7, Taylor Howe on the 29, the KC's General Store FVP. And Tyler Henselman starts out of position at number 14. At a position number 15 on the inside of row number 8, it's going to be Jimmy Prakash in the 39. To his outside, the black and white Mopar entry, car number 97, Matthew Henninger. Row number 9 on the inside in car number 57, Anthony Lepresto lines up alongside the 53 of Tom Prakash. Then we go back to Corey Cosboth in car number 10. Alongside him is Kyle Tesma in car number 2. And Joshua Secor rounds out our 21 car field. As we get set for another 40 laps around the Lanier National Speedway. So the drivers in the overhead view, drivers down the back straight away. I'm just going to get the right camera here. We get set to go green. Green is out. Brenner and Hill lead us down into 1 and 2. Brenner with the early race lead advantage. Roberts up to second on the inside of Hill. Hill trying to work to the outside. 2 by 2 by 2. 3 wide early on here for your runner-up spot. Hill gets shuffled back to position number 4. Runs through the middle. Roberts up top right now. Oh, Jason Nygaard, keep it going. Brandon Steele, Drew Neal involved. He goes upside down, gets it back on all fours. And at 64, we're self-proclaimed the best driver in the world. Well, now we at the back of the bus with more than likely damage to that race car. But what about the battle between Roberts, Western Newell, and Stephen Hill? 3 wide early on. Now, yellow flag laps do not count here. So, you see lap number 4. So basically what they race to every time there's a caution, we add an extra 3 laps onto that. So it's scheduled a 40-lap main event. We will go into lap 43 will be the white flag, just so the guys can get 40 green flag laps in the books. Lights are out on the pace truck. The 84 of Chris Brenner leads. Western Newell second, Chris Roberts, Stephen Hill, and Alan Samel, your top 5. The 84 of Brenner.
Green's out, green flag, green flag.
Green is out, we're back underway. So can Newell Can he make a pass on that 84 as they both run to the low side? Roberts following in suit. Stephen Hill through the middle. Down the back straightaway, Samuel on the inside. And just like he did in race number 1, oh, Trevor Royer. And that's 0.90. He is working to the outside, goes to the low side. Here comes Brad Sparrow. That is a great shot, almost 4 wide. Off of turn number 2, Royer with a slide job on Samuel. Samuel will cross back underneath, come back to the low side. Stephen Hill, big wheel stand. Can he keep that car going? Yes, he does. We stay green. And here comes Sparrow to the inside of Samuel. And here comes the 29 of How about the 44 of Ryan Pace on the inside, 3 wide. Off turn 2. Oh, yellow is out. We'll see if we can grab that one. Oh, there it is. Tyler Henselman and the 57 of Anthony Lopresto involved in this one. The dynamic TV cameras working a treat around the Lanier National Speedway. Chris Brenner, your race leader. What a battle early on we had. So we'll go through your top 10 as they sit at the moment on the left of your screen. The 84 of Chris Brenner is your race leader. The 222 of Western Yule sits there in second spot. The third spot will go to the 93 of Chris Roberts. Looks like Trevor Royer will restart out of position number 4. Brad Spidle in the 5 will restart in position number 5. Alan Smell, car number 73 in 6th. Ryan Pace, car number 44 in 7th. Taylor Howe in the 29 8th. Craig Dunn 9th. And Jimmy Prakash rounding out your top 10. Lights are out on the base track. White flag, lap number 46. So 13 complete. We've still got about 33 to run. 33 or 34 to run. 30 odd laps to go. Race number 2. We're back underway. Brenner gets a good launch, as does the 222 of Western Yule. So we'll try and keep an eye on the battle for the race lead right now. Newell almost to the outside. We're going to try and keep an eye on the battle behind him as well for that final podium spot. So Brenner's... Oh, wow. Yellow is out. It's going to be Corey Cosboth in that American Racing Wheels caliber 10. Matthew Henninger in the 97 as well. He's going to come into pit lane. He's missing a front wing on that race car. Might make it just a little bit tight. But man, we had a battle for the race lead. We had a battle. We had a 3-car battle. The 3rd spot. And now we send the white flag to lap number 49, which I think we're going to have around 30 laps remain out of this 40-lap feature event. The lights are still flashing on the iRacing official pace truck. That will go around another one more time as they come out of turn 4 this time by. So next time by, the lights will go out and we will go back to green flag racing. So we received a couple of casualties already back in the pits. Now, if you do get your car fixed, you are allowed back out onto the racetrack, providing it is under yellow flag conditions only. You are not allowed to come out during race. You will be disqualified. Chris Brenner, Western Yule, Chris Roberts, Trevor Royer, Brad Spider. We are green again at Lanier. 30 to go. Oh, Brenner, contact with the inside wall, and Western Yule goes straight to the outside. Through the middle in turn number 3 and 4. Roberts trying to follow suit now. Nearly side by side into 1 and 2. In fact, on the exit of corner number 2, Newell pulls up alongside of him, side by side down the back straightaway. Western Newell has found something in the middle right now. Brenner continuing to work the low side of the racetrack. He slides up in front of Newell. Newell's going to cross it back underneath now. This is the battle for the race lead. Brenner goes through the middle. Newell on the low side this time. Brenner has the momentum coming off turn number 4, and Newell, he just made a slight mistake. Look at Roberts up top. battle. Oh, wow. Yellow is out. The battle was on between Royer and Spidel. Kyle Tesma in car number 2. Joshua Secor in the 8 involved, as well as the 005 of Brandon Steele. So the pace truck back out onto the racing surface, as I believe that is our 4th caution of the night. And we have a look at the weather conditions. Mostly cloudy, 78 Fahrenheit. The wind 5 miles per hour to the west. 137 feet of altitude, 4 turns. 0.329 miles, although it is meant to be a 3/8 of a mile racetrack. 329 is probably on the inside. .78 degrees, mostly cloudy around the Lanier National Speedway. We've had 4 cautions so far for 13 laps. So we're realistically, in fact, we'll keep that on there because we can work around that. Chris Brenner gets us back underway, and we are green. And not wasting any time. In fact, he's going to keep it fairly low on the racetrack into turn number 3 and fuel. Western Newell, just a car lane up from where Chris Brenner is running at the moment. Now remember, Western Newell actually nearly passed Chris Brenner. Brenner gets a little drive off turn number 2, and now he's going to slide up to the middle of the racetrack. Western Newell tries to keep it down low. What a 4-car battle here, as Ryan Pace has come out of nowhere in that 44 machine right now. Up inside of the top 5. He's up to position number 4, looking for 3rd as he tries to get around the 93 of Chris Roberts. Battle almost ensuing for the race leader. Brenner has that covered comfortably at the moment. Roberts doing what he did in race number 1, running that high side of the racetrack. Pace in 4th. 5th is going to go to Trevor Royer. 6th, Brad Spidel. And what a battle. What a race this is. Race number 2. We've had 4 caution laps for 13 laps. So we take 31 away from 13. It's 18 laps complete. And 22 remain. So Brenner coming up to lap Corey Cosboth in that number 10 machine. The yellow is out. Oh, Roberts is upside down after the yellow. Oh, wow. I think I seen the 44 of Ryan Pace in there as well. There he is, the 44 of Ryan Pace going upside down. And in fact, you know what? I was going to get a replay of that one, but in fact, we'll try and get a replay line up on your screen. So Ryan Pace, just slide job on Roberts. Roberts returns serve. Roberts with a bit of a slide. Oh, wow, that's just a bit unlucky there, Ryan Pace. But you know what's more unlucky? Is Chris Roberts going upside down. So that was a replay. As we have our 5th caution. So adding 15 laps to the white flag will be on lap 55, and we've already completed, so we're going to have about 19 laps to run. The lights are out on the pace truck. Chris Brenner been fairly dominant so far in this race. Has had challenge from the 222 of Western Newell. And we are back to green flag racing conditions. Look at Roberts straight to the top of the racetrack, trying to get a run on the 222 of Western Newell. In fact, Roberts goes to the low side of the racetrack. In 3 and 4, is there contact there between Royer and Spidel? Yes, there was. Spidel losing a couple of spots. Thankfully, they all keep it going right now. Look at this 3-car battle going on, not only for the racing, but for your top 3 spots on the racetrack. We're watching the Triple Two of Western Newell running in second spot at the moment. Here's the meat between the sandwich between these two guys. Chris Brenner, still your race leader in that black and green UW Next Gen car number 84. Continues to run the low side. We've got about 14 laps remain as they come past the flag stand, this time by Brenner. Looking comfortable. Looking to shake up the points just a little bit more. Chris Roberts, speaking of points, looking for another good points haul going into the final couple of races of the season, couple of weeks. This is the third last week. Next week, the penultimate round. Here comes the 90 of Trevor Royer. Man, he was in big time into turn 1 and 2. Now going to the top side of the racetrack. Look at Royer work that top. Roberts, you've got company on your outside, and just like he did in race number 1, Royer is working that top side. Oh, he gets the wall. He gives the spot back to Roberts. Meanwhile, Brenner and now Roberts, he's going to go up to the top of the racetrack and look to get around. Now he goes to the bottom in turn 3 and 4. Yes, there's still some moisture, still some grip on that racetrack. 10 to go right now.
10 to go.
I believe this is 9 laps left to run. The white flag, lap 55, I believe it was. So Craig Dunn up into that 5th spot. Brad Spud not going to give up just yet. Royer still trying to tear that fence down. Let me tell you, that 090 machine, he's gone to the bottom. Roberts on the low side. Brenner, he is just checked out. And
That is correct, sir.
just waiting. I believe we're on 7 to go. As that'll complete lap number 49. So 49 laps complete. White flag on lap 55. So Brenny, your race leader still. Western Newell and Chris Roberts. Roberts just getting a little bit out of shape there in turns 1 and 2. Goes back to the low side in 3 and 4. I think that is 5 remain. Be sure it's 5 laps left to go. A great battle going on for the minor placing right now. That 3rd and final podium spot. Royer continue to work that high side of the racetrack. Top 1 and 2. Bottom 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Chris Brenner still in front. Western Newell in 2nd. 3rd, Chris Roberts. The white... Oh... Wow. What? You know, that's a classy move by Trevor Royer. Normally people would have just stayed in the bucket. He got out of the gas. They both kept it going. Chris Brenner comes home with the win. Doing the big donuts. 2nd is going to go to Western Newell. 3rd, Chris Roberts. Trevor Royer, Craig Dunn, Brad Sparrow, Alan Samel, Matthew Henninger, Jimmy Prakash, Kyle Temza. Go back to pace. Steele, Tom Prakash, Cosboth, Howe, Sikor, Henselman, Nygaard, Stephen Hill, and Anthony Lopresto and Drew Neal. So as we look to have a chat with, we got Western Newell, we got Chris Roberts as well. We're just waiting on the 84 of Chris Brenner, but we're going to drag up 3rd place finisher tonight, and you might count his lucky stars on that one. Chris, congratulations on 3rd, man. That almost got taken away there on that last lap.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. That's I was good through 1 and 2, but man, I was garbage through 3 and 4. Almost had to come to a stop basically, and that checked Trevor up. Me and him got together, got sideways, but we both saved it and drove off.
Yeah, look, most people would have sort of just stayed in the bucket if they were in Trevor's position, but yeah, it just goes to show you what kind of drivers you got here, the dirty old bastards. You know, Trevor, got back out of the gas and let you continue on going and resume that that battle on that last lap.
Oh yeah, we got a good group of guys. I mean, yeah, you have your racing incidents here and there, but I mean, most everybody's going to try and race you as clean as they can, and if they accidentally get into you like that, yeah, they'll back out. Every now and then you do have that racing deal where you don't know whose fault it is, but most of the time the guys use their heads, especially after we get into a rhythm, they'll use their heads and play it on the little bit safer side instead of just plowing through, try and back it up and get both cars going again.
Well, it's third place finish. You got to be happy about that. And look, another good night. Race 1 and 2, you pick up a couple of podium spots and good for the points also. So a good night overall.
Oh yeah, finished third both times. Tyler unfortunately had troubles here in race 2, so I'll make a nice big gain there in the points and try and start walking away with it.
All right, man. Well, no doubt you got some sponsors you want to thank again.
Yeah, once again, Blue Sphere coming on, giving trophies for 360, 410 this season. And then, trophies, broadcasting, covering all the races for next season for the 360s, 410, so thanks again to Blue Sphere. That's great that they come on board. Hopefully we can make that a long-standing relationship. Dirty Old Bastards, you guys saw 2 great races tonight on a tough track. This one I thought would have been a little bit easier than race 1, but I think it was basically almost the same as race 1, just the corners were flip-flopped. DTB, unfortunately Tyler had issues. I'm not sure where Alan finished. You, of course, Brett, Ultimate Dirt TV, as always. You guys do a great job. And I think that's about it. And I do believe that Brenner should be showing up for his interview.
Yeah, I do have a couple of those drivers here, so we'll let you get back to it, mate, and congratulations on third, and we'll see you back next week.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
That was Chris Roberts in third place. Coming home in second place now is the 222 of Western Newell. And Western, you qualified a lot better in race number 2, and you raced your way towards the front. You almost had Brenner there at one point of the race, and I guess you showed your nose a little bit too early.
Yeah, I had a second place car all night. It seemed like had a fun race there. Tried to rattle his cage a little bit, but he's too old of a cat to be fooled by a kitten, so it didn't work out today.
I talk about that middle part of the racetrack. You found something there, and sort of Chris was running the bottom. What was there that was so fast?
Really, there was just a little bit of patch in both turn 2 and turn 4 that you could get a hold of, but it was just you kind of keep your momentum up just a little bit more than he could. He had to really woe down to get it to rotate around the corners, just trying to keep it. And also it helped, you could pin him down running the middle. He couldn't really wash up too much to get that run down the straightaways that he was liking to get. So
well, you picked up a win. No, you actually picked up 2 seconds here tonight, so I mean overall not a bad result for you and the team.
No, not at all. I'd like to give a shout out to Ultimate Dirt TV, Dirty Old Bastards League, FMR, Fast Time Racing, John, Chris, all the guys at the PA Posse, Craig, Drew, Sean, 19 Designs, everybody over there, thanks a lot. Thanks, Brett.
Western Newell coming home in second. Started on the pole tonight and leads every lap is the 84, the UW Motorsport driver, Chris Brenner. And Chris, congratulations on a win. You had to really work for that one there at the start of that race.
Thanks, Brett. Yeah, Weston really put the pressure on me early on there, and I just had to kind of ignore him and try and hit my marks and see if I could pull away. My car started freeing up a little bit, and it felt a lot better about halfway through, and I think that's when I started putting some distance in between us.
He got to your outside there, probably about lap sort of 14 or 15. He was running the middle. When you got to clear him, you put a little bit of a slider on, you ran that middle. Was your car not set up for the middle, and was it set up for the bottom? Because it looked like that bottom side of the racetrack for you was just so fast.
Tell you the truth, I only put 20 gallons in it, so I had no choice but to run the bottom. I tried to get a little bit of a weight advantage on the field going that route. So I was cutting it pretty close. So I couldn't really venture too high up in the line, so I just kept it down there and just kept clicking laps away.
Well, quick laps away you did, and you come away with the checkered flag here in race number 2. I'm sure you got some people and some sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, thanks Brett again for the broadcast. Ultimate Dirt TV do an awesome job. Chris, Tyler, Alan, all the rest of the guys involved with Dirty Old Bastards, thanks again for a phenomenal league. Teammates UW Motorsports, can't thank those guys enough. And our new sponsor just signed on with us, Colby's Eye Paints. We'll be rocking some of his new work here in the near future. So thanks everybody involved for this. Look forward to the next one. Thanks.
There you have it. Chris Brenner comes away with the win in race number 2, and that will wrap up week number 10 of the Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. The penultimate week coming up next week as the series comes down to a close. Next week, I have no idea where we're at, but feel free to give Ultimate Dirt TV and the Dirty Old Bastards a like on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube as well to be notified when we go live. We cover all the Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws sprint car races, and that will conclude week number 10 here on Ultimate Dirt TV. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, it's Brett Wheeler signing off, and we will see you next week for week number 11.